Welcome, friend. I'm Chris. I'm from Transformation Nation Yoga and Wellness. And in this home practice tip, I want to talk about one potential model for how you can use your home yoga practice to benefit your life and long term to extend the longevity of your practice and the sustainability of your practice. And that is to address pain points. What are the parts in your body that where you sometimes have some discomfort or pain or maybe not the level of openness that you maybe could experience. And I'll tell you, one area for me is the thoracic spine. So I'm going to talk a little bit about where the thoracic spine is today, why I think people commonly experience some pain there, and offer you some tools that you can use to potentially make things better for yourself. No special tools required today. A yoga mat would be just great. But if you don't have a yoga mat or you're not inclined to roll it out this morning, I most often do this in the living room carpet while I've got something on the television on YouTube. So you could do that as well. So pause your recording, set up your device wherever you're going to go into your practice space, and then when you're ready, press play, and I'll meet you in your practice space for this home practice tip related to the thoracic spine. All right, friends. So thoracic spine. So if you think about the regions of the spine, you have the cervical spine, which we typically think of as the neck. If you place your hand at the base of the neck, you'll find one very bony jutty vertebrae. That's C7. That's the lowest vertebrae in the cervical spine. So where we're going to be focusing today is the thoracic spine. So it's just below there, down to the bottom of the rib cage, so bra strap level. So we have 12 vertebrae in here in the thoracic spine. Below that is lumbar spine. We'll cover that in a different practice. So why do people experience pain or discomfort in thoracic spine? I think, I think two reasons. One, if you look at habitual movement patterns in our society, we spend a lot of time working on laptop computers, like in our workspaces and at home. Also, necks craning forward with smartphones. But also, this is a really common tension point when people are carrying tension in their body. Um, we typically have quite predictable places. It's not the same for every person, but there are some places where there are families of parts of the body where I think are pretty habitual and common. So a couple of movements that you could do. We're going to start all of these from tabletop. So come into a quadruped position, like a child crawling, with your shoulders maybe floating over your wrists, hips floating over your knees. Now, for some bodies, with the shoulders floating over the wrists, you'll get compression. So if that's the case for you, one thing that you can do to make things better is take your hands forward and create a more favorable angle for your wrist. And everything else is all the same work. So we're going to start with a rhomboid push-up. So the goal is that the arms will stay more or less straight. Start with the back of the head buoyant, because it can be a tendency to drape the forehead down toward the earth. And I'll tell you a place, there is a place for that here, but we're not going to do that initially. So keep the back of the head in line with the back of your heart. And then on an inhale breath drop, just your chest down toward the earth. Feel the space between your shoulder blades close together as if you were holding a broomstick between them. And then as you exhale, puff the space between your shoulder blades up toward the stars. And if you like, at the top of the movement, this is where you can drop your chin in towards your chest. That might feel nice. Inhale, back of your head becomes buoyant. Release your chest down toward the earth. Space between your shoulder blades closes up like you were holding a pencil. Exhale, puff the space between your shoulder blades up toward the stars. Maybe release your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your heart down toward the earth. Space between your shoulder blades draws together like there was no discernible space. Exhale, press the space between your shoulder blades skyward. Do this 3 more times in tandem with your own breath. So we're looking for a total of about 6. And then after 6, come back into a neutral spine position. Back of your head is buoyant again. I'm going to change my orientation just for demonstration purposes. You stay right where you are. So go camel legs. Draw your knees together, but feet out wide. Maybe full mat width apart. Okay, for now you stay here. I'm going to change my position again to demonstrate. So tabletop, camel legs, feet flared out wide. Now we're going to do some camel rolling. So on an inhale, come up onto the tips of your fingers, drop your belly down toward the earth, lift your gaze forward. Feel for a muscular engagement as if you're pulling the tips of your fingers back toward your knees. And then exhale, release the palms of your hands down toward the earth. Puff the space between your shoulder blades skyward. Release your chin to your chest. Inhale, come up onto the tips of your fingers, drop your belly down toward the earth, open your heart. Exhale, round through your shoulders. Do this 4 more times. So that space between my shoulder blades, that thoracic spine area, can get pretty locked up. And my chiropractor, my friend Sophia, is super talented, and she has lots of tools in her toolkit. But when I'm really locked up there, even she struggles to create some space. But what I find is if I do this practice as a daily part of my self-care, it doesn't get locked up like that. All right, after about 6, come back into a neutral spine position. Maintain these camel legs. Place your left hand in the center of your mat, directly under your sternum. Place your right hand at the base of your skull, so your whole right arm is parallel to the earth. I'm going to turn and face you just to demonstrate. All right, now on an inhale, squeeze your legs together. Exhale, lift your right elbow up toward the stars. Ooh, a little pop between the vertebrae. Inhale, come back to parallel to the earth with that right arm. Exhale, lift your right elbow up toward the stars. Do this 4 more times. So we're not shooting for, we don't have a goal of cracking the thoracic spine, giving ourselves our own little chiropractic adjustment. But if that happens here, and it happens to me commonly, as long as it's pain-free, not a problem in the world with that. Come back to stillness after 6. Release your right hand down to your mat. So right away, right to the center of your mat, directly under your sternum. Place your left hand at the base of your skull. Your whole left arm is parallel to the earth. Inhale, squeeze your legs together, lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, lift your left elbow up toward the heavens. Nice little pop there. Exhale, inhale, come back to center, parallel to the earth. Exhale, lift up toward the stars 4 more times. All right, after 6 times, release your left hand down to the earth. You can release your knees back to full hip width apart. Walk your hands back toward your knees. Sit back onto your heels. Great job. Great job, friend. Again, I'm Chris. I'm from Transformation Nation Yoga and Wellness. Thank you for joining me for this home practice tip. If this practice had some value to you, if you feel like this has the potential to make your life better, one thing that you can do that helps make us easier to find, like this video, subscribe to Transformation Nation Yoga on YouTube. You could comment if you have any kind of feedback. If you noticed an effect, an impact in your body from the practice, that would be useful. If you didn't, that's also really good feedback for me. Or if you know someone in your life who could benefit from this, I'd really encourage you to share this practice with them. You're doing great in your practice. Keep going.